Nobody saw this coming. Jupp Heynckes has made a dramatic return to the Bundesliga.
Good morning, or rather, as we're in Bavaria, Grüß Gott.
He's well acquainted with the dialect and the club. This is the fourth time he's taken charge of the record champions. This time, also much to his own surprise.
For me, my coaching career was definitely over. But it's one of those things in life. You shouldn't forget who helped you along the way in your career, or helped substantially shape it. And in my case, it's been Bayern.
Jupp Heynckes hasn't forgotten, stepping into the breach once more in the wake of Carlo Ancelotti's departure. With Bayern already off the pace at the top, there's no time to spare.
My job's to reform a team who really play together, work together, and are constantly focused on the task in hand. At the moment, it's about turning things around, which means showing a quite different face out on the pitch.
Heynckes and Bayern go back a long way. He was first appointed coach in 1987, guiding them to 2 titles in his 4 full seasons in the job. In 2009, he stepped in as Jürgen Klinsmann's replacement for a handful of games, ensuring the club made the Champions League. His third period in charge lasted 2 seasons, culminating in 2013 with an historic treble: Bundesliga, DFB Cup and Champions League. Even by their own standards, the Munich ensemble had never had a season like it. But Heynckes is not here to be measured by all his past successes.
For now, it's about re-establishing order and structure in our game. This isn't the time to be philosophizing about big ambitions. That's totally unproductive. The fact is, Dortmund are 5 points clear in the table after 7 games, and the way they're playing football, it's going to be difficult to knock them off the top. But we've a team bursting with class and potential, and I've got to tease that out of them again.
Heynckes arrives with a strategy intact, plucked from his own vast experience. The general assumption had been that Bayern would bring in a completely new coach, but the top brass in Munich know exactly what they're doing.
This allows Bayern plenty of time to properly address all the current problems and issues, and be able to hand things over to a new coach in good working order next July. We all agreed that Jupp Heynckes is the ideal man for the task.
Unexpected as it was, the reappointment of Heynckes does make a lot of sense. The 72-year-old veteran knows Bayern inside out. Indeed, he's the first Bundesliga coach to have 4 separate stints with the same club.
I think I know how to go about things with the team. It's not an easy situation, but I'm confident we'll get back in the groove. I do fully appreciate there are skeptics and critics who say I've been out of the business for 4 years, and football's moved on in that time. But it hasn't been reinvented either.
Jupp Heynckes certainly still understands the bottom line. He's never failed Bayern yet, and he doesn't aim to start now in what this time surely is his Bundesliga swan song.
He comes from the far north, and he's on a scoring mission for Augsburg. Icelandic goal-grabber Alfred Finnbogason is leading from the front for the overachieving Bavarian Swabians.
Once a year, Augsburg's players face a different kind of challenge.
Morgen.
Morgen. Alfred Finnbogason faces the league's toughest defenders on a regular basis, but that counts for nothing on a school visit. Fortunately, Augsburg's Icelandic goal-grabber is ice cool off the pitch as well.
Yeah, it's of course a nice action to interact with the children in town. I think it's very important to activate the kids with FC Augsburg when they're young, because then they start getting a feeling for the club, come to the stadium, they will become fans as well as their families. So I think in all directions it helps.
What also helps is the fine form that has unexpectedly fired Augsburg into the top third of the table. Finn Bogason has chipped in with 4 of their 9 goals so far, plus 1 assist. After missing much of last season through injury, he seems to have made a perfect start to this one.
It's hard to say perfect because as a striker you always want more goals. Yeah, of course, you cannot be too greedy. I think it was a very good start. I'm really happy with the start. To score early for a striker is very important, because if you don't score in the first 3-4 games, you start questioning yourself.
That's not an issue at the moment.
Another dangerous ball and a goal! Alfred Finn Bogason took 34 seconds to score.
At home to Köln on matchday 3, Finn Bogason became only the 3rd Icelandic player to score a hat-trick in the Bundesliga.
Congratulations to Alfred Finn Bogason, who has got his hat-trick.
Alfred's got great positional sense. You can see that with his goals. Just give him the service and he'll do the rest.
Making a hat-trick is always special, and doing it in the Bundesliga is even more special. It was a great day for us. We got 3 points at home, won 3-0, and yeah, it was hard to complain after that day.
No complaints on the international front either. Iceland have just made the World Cup finals for the first time. They're the smallest nation ever to qualify. Population, 335,000.
So cool. Is that because you're from Iceland?
I hope so. I think I always had this in the chances that I'm pretty relaxed. So if that has something to do with I'm from Iceland, then maybe, I don't know.
In 34 Bundesliga outings to date, he's scored 14 goals. 5 headers, 5 with his left foot and 4 with his right. Alfred Finn Bogason, clearly a cool customer from every angle. Even a horde of excited school kids can't knock him out of his stride.
The Bundesliga has a long tradition of producing world-class goalkeepers, like Oliver Kahn. The keeper's role has developed since, with Manuel Neuer in the vanguard, but he's far from alone.
They fly through the air.
Oh my goodness, wonderful piece of goalkeeping.
They're exceptionally quick off the mark, all in the name of protecting the posts.
Super save.
They save their team points.
Tremendous goalkeeping.
Supple as cats, with their own particular mystique.
Reactions razor sharp there.
Shot stoppers supreme, and these days much more as well. The prime example, Manuel Neuer. He reconfigured the template for the matchday 3, Hoffenheim against Bayern. A kick out into the visitors' half. Martinez plays it back to Neuer. A quick review of the options, and a swift, accurate long ball to Kimmich. Bypassing 3 Hoffenheim attackers and starting an immediate counter-attack. Of course, it all starts with solid old-time goalkeeping.
The ball comes over, I come out, and it's mine. End of story.
Back to Neuer, the motivator, the sweeper keeper. His footballing skills to the fore once controlled delivery to Mats Hummels. Neuer remains available for a return pass. Hummels opts to play it forward instead. Dortmund have been in fine attacking fettle this season, but when it breaks down, their full-on approach can leave them exposed further back, as here at Augsburg. With 10 Dortmund players in the opposition half, Roman Bürki now has a one-on-one situation to deal with. And deal with it he does. Another modern trend, Bundesliga keepers rack up almost 6 kilometers a game on average. Unflagging alertness, and the ability to make the right move at just the right time. Here, against Mönchengladbach, Leipzig's Peter Gulácsi has 2 options. Defend proactively, or stay back and hold the line. Gulácsi comes out and exerts pressure on the Gladbach attacker. Danger averted with the requisite rub of the green. His forward thinking takes out a trio of opponents, and Bayern are back on the attack. Germany's #1 is currently out injured, but his counterparts are maintaining the Bundesliga's reputation for world-class modern goalkeeping.
Superb piece of goalkeeping.
Spectacular stuff. Goalkeepers have an ever-expanding brief these days, though what hasn't changed is their ultimate saving grace.